let me go to the whatchamacallit no more. What up, my G Marcus Maxwell? Peace and pugilism, baby. What you think of the Manny Robles interview on Fight Hype? I told y'all, it's not cool to just go with the first notion or bandwagon thought put out there that Al Heyman or anybody or Eddie Hearn or whatever got something to do with somebody being fired, baby. Woody Boy slip and move, peace and pugilism. It's bullshit. You got to keep independent thought. You must keep independent thought. I was the only one to go against the grain and say I don't believe Al Heyman advised Andy Ruiz Jr. to release Manny Robles. And guess what? Manny Robles don't believe it either. Told y'all. Gotta keep independent thought. You know what I'm saying? What people deserve to be ridiculed, criticized, then they deserve to be ridiculed and criticized. But you shouldn't ridicule and criticize just whoever's supposed to be the bad guy or everybody in boxing just because everybody else is doing it. You feel me? It's good to keep an open mind and look at things objective. And again, I believe it was Andy Ruiz Sr. That bus rode Manny Robles and got him out of there to save face. Peace and pugilism, Martin Harnett. How you doing, sir? Paulie is loud when Wilder is doing things wrong in the ring. As soon as he knocks his opponent out or down, he gets quiet. Shit, that's most of us. I guess that's most of us, ain't it? Kata Richards, how are you, beautiful? Long time no see. Shit, that's most of us. That's me too. I can't see. That's the thing, man. That's the thing you dealing with me. I have no problems with coming back and saying, yo, I admit I was doing the same fucking thing. Y'all can at least give me that respect. I do the same damn thing Paulie Malignaggi do. I'm criticizing Wilder like shit. You know what I mean? Like this motherfucker waving his arms. Look at these fucking haymakers. He punched like a girl. Damn, he knocked that motherfucker out. I'll be there quick as shit. Hit the like button, beautiful spirits. I appreciate you. I want to catch y'all early today. Gerald Johnson, peace and pugilism. Ain't that right, Marcus Maxwell? He knocking the motherfucker out. Be like, God damn it, that motherfucker right hand. Michael Buffer, peace and pugilism, sir. Thank you, brother. Yeah, came in early today. So I was like, you know what? I want to catch my UK people. I want to catch everybody, but catch my UK people specifically at a time that's a decent hour of the day. You know what I mean? Before they actually getting ready for bed and ready for the next work day. Remy 22. Remy, you changed your shit up. You was Remy something else. Peace and pugilism to you, man. That's the ring. That's the thing that's not true. Goes Frazier, of course. What an uppercut by Douglas. And down goes Tyson and vice versa. The equalizer. Yeah, it's the equalizer. But man, it was fucked up, that whole shit. And look, like I'm saying, I'm playing it down the middle from now on. I'm going to ridicule and criticize whoever deserves to be ridiculed and criticized. That's how I'm rolling. You rock with me, you rock with me. You know what I mean? But I'm not just going to be shitting on people's names. I'm not going to be that guy. I was that guy to begin a little bit, but I'm not going to be that guy that fighters, children, might stumble across a video of me just totally belittling their father. I don't want to be that guy, you know? Even though I'm gonna keep all the most of the videos is up that what I was doing it, I'm not gonna keep adding insult to injury already. But Al Heyman, to be to clear it up, Al Heyman has been exonerated. Name has been cleared by Manny Robles, and now somebody need to ask Andy Ruiz Jr., Andy Ruiz Sr., my apologies, Andy Ruiz Jr.'s manager, the questions now, and just stop looking to belittle somebody because they have a bad, and that stays the same for whether your name is Hearn, that's the same whether your name is Bob Arum, that's the same for everybody across the board. If it's Joshua, if it's Wilder, if it's Fury, if it's Dylan White, that's how boys playing. When on fight week are you dropping your prediction for Saturday, Myron? I told you my prediction. If Fury going to get him, he better get him out of there early. I said, I think Fury has the power to stop Deontay Wilder. Let me repeat. I believe Fury has the power to stop Deontay Wilder. Whether he trusts in himself, his ability, his endurance, if he trusts his chin to put his ass in range of those hot balls coming at him, that is the question. But I do believe Fury has the power to stop Wilder. If it goes to the later rounds past 8, I got Wilder. If Fury is going to stop him, I think Fury got up to the 8th round. I said that just a couple of nights ago. I said that at the end. Fury, he needs to press on that shit early. He needs to put him on there early. And it doesn't have to be like a clean knockout. TKOs, technical knockouts, count. Now, if you know the referees, if you suspect, not know, but suspect, the referee is going to be in favor of Wilder, IBFP Peace and Pugilism champ. If you suspect the referee is going to be in favor of Wilder, which many people suspect, then you need to go ahead and put that pedal to the metal out the gate. Because Wilder's truly, I believe, a fast starter. I think Wilder is a fast starter. If Wilder's not going to get you out early on, his confidence will waver. Listen to me. You only hearing this type of perspective from right here. Fury, if he presses early and trusts in his endurance and chin, if he presses Wilder early, he can get Wilder out early. He need to pretty much match. Wilder's going to come out early, fast, and running. As the fight goes later, he may say, yeah, I got my power carries all the way through the late rounds, but it's not carrying as confidently. You know what I mean? Not that spice or sauce. I think Fury needs to push that shit there early. I think Fury can win it early, or he can win it late too. I think Fury has multiple ways of winning this fight, let me tell you. Wilder has one way, and we all know that way. So I don't want to be fucking redundant. Yes, Wilder be a fast starter. You saw what happened to Dominic Breazeale, didn't you? You know what I'm saying? He's a fast starter. He's going to be patient, but his focus is going to be, let me put it, okay, exactly. His power and focus, Wilder's, will be sharpest earlier in the fight. If it goes late and he ain't touched you, I believe doubt sets in the back of Wilder's subconscious, and that power is not the same. I don't think, like I've said before, I don't think it's all it's made out to be to begin with. But Fury if it goes late, I give it more to Wilder because I'm a little skeptical of Fury's conditioning. But Fury could perhaps do it. But this 10 pounds heavier shit got me a little skeptical. You know what I'm saying? But if Wilder really wants to go out there and knock him out, he should go and get to it in the first round. Let me go ask some questions. My bad. When doing, I saw an interview with Fury. He said he's going to outbox him, then knock him out later. So he pretty much going to do the same thing last time. I think he needs to do it early. I think he needs to get on. If he gets in Wilder's ass early, and this is the point I ain't want to lose, he needs to get in Wilder's ass early to make Wilder start thinking too much. He need to make Wilder start thinking a whole lot early on. He need to make him weary of his power early on. He need to make him weary of being punched too much early on. Fury need to put the pedal to the metal early. My bad, let me hit back. Peace and pugilism, Fury, Wilder 50-50 fight. It is. Fury has more ways he can win the fight than Wilder, but Wilder has the one way that we all know of. I'm opposite. I think Wilder wins 1-3 or Fury 10-12. I think if you push on Wilder early on, okay, and you show there's no fear factor of his punch, Wilder will lose. His confidence will diminish fast. I believe his confidence is very fragile. I'm not saying he don't have fight. I'm not saying he's not going to give you his all. But his confidence is fragile. Fury can for what my analyzation and looking under study of Wilder, okay, come at his ass hard out the gate, okay, and take any confidence he have of you fearing that right hand away from him, and you will see a slap boxer. You'll see he might diminish right before your eyes. Real talk. He will diminish, in my opinion, before your eyes if Fury puts that motherfucking beat down early. Real talk. There's no buzz for the fight over here. It's not Tyson going to KO him. He going to outbox him, i.e. Duran versus Sugar. Outbox him. Man, look, that first fight, Duran versus Sugar Ray, was a hell of a close fight. He didn't just like, Duran just Sugar, and if you watch that fight between Sugar Ray and Roberto Duran, and I've watched that fight Lord knows how many times, because it's one of my favorite fights ever. Duran was stronger in the first 8 rounds, but Sugar Ray won a couple of those rounds. Sugar Ray hurt Duran a couple of times in that fight, and Sugar Ray put great rounds in later on between 8 through 12. That fight was closer than a lot of people get. It was a split decision, or a majority decision. That was a hell of a fight. Duran did just beat down Sugar Ray. But coming up in weight class and fighting as well as he did at 147, you got to commend Roberto Duran. It was a hell of a fucking performance. We desperately need Wilder to knock out Tyson Fury for Black History. It's been a terrible Black History Month so far. Well, it should be a terrible Black History Month. It should be. Because it's, and I may say the word blasphemous. It's blasphemous and outright psychologically demeaning to seclude Black history to 1 month as it is. Think about that. As a American myself, I stopped belittling Wilder, the American disgrace. Oops, I did it again. Something like 3,000 tickets left to sell the fight out. Pathetic. Well, it looked like they might be giving them away. Salute. Salute to you, Blair Ennis. Peace and pugilism. Peace and pugilism to everybody. Andrew Garden. Peace and pugilism, sir. There's a trilogy straight after. Our Lord knows I hope not. I hope not. Um, IBFP versus El Jefe rematch. I want it all day long. I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be at that live for sure. Dan Raphael of ESPN is reporting that Diaz has taken over as Wilder's lead trainer, replacing Mark Breland, where his ass is his career going. Yeah, he might. I can believe that because that's all we ever see is Jay Diaz, right? That's all I've been seeing, and I've asked the question: where does Mark Breland at ever? And Jay Diaz, because do I want to say this? No, I'm gonna leave that alone. Wilder isn't confident. Can see that and the at pressers and the lack of them. He's confident, but then he's not confident. It's a very fine line, and I think Fury can step over that fine line and get rid of it if he's showing to getting Wilder's ass early. Because if he does, Wilder's just going to back up. And since Wilder's giving way on the ground, he's going to be giving way in the mind. Does that make a little sense for those who understand psychotherapy? Stop ducking UGC. Unrivaled boxing talk. Greetings, Mark. Peace and pugilism, brother. Banks. Peace and pugilism. What's poppin', Double M? Man, everything at the same time, brother. Blair Ennis, Mark versus El Jefe. Oh, that shit. That would be a funny ass debate. That would be funny. I'd love to see it. If I was American, I wouldn't be proud of my champ. He has metal in his hand for crying out loud. Hey, it's a lot of champs. You know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Um, that's like I said in the live the other night. I think that's the what Wilder and Fury has in common. They have that in common. They both didn't feel the instant gratification, haven't received the gratification of receiving like instant love and gratitude from their fans from the respective countries that they're from. And I think that's what is their connection. I think that's why they've, have a mutual respect for each other. That's the thing, the reality that they share that brings their affinity more towards each other. The fact that they both didn't agree or don't like how they was treated by their own country. Andre here trying to start shit, talking about Unrivaled, the king of debates. Okay, so they trying to get something started. All right. Greetings from Mesa, Arizona. Mesa, Arizona! One of my old school stomping grounds. I love Mesa. I love all of Arizona, baby. In the Phoenix area. Joe 56. Sorry, somebody called me. I had to disconnect that real quick. They both don't like AJ, though. What do you mean they both don't like AJ? Oh, you mean Fury or Wilder? I think Wilder, I personally don't think Wilder has something really against AJ. It's more so Eddie Hearn, and that spills over into AJ. You get what I'm saying? And since AJ has a say or whatever, I think AJ catches a lot of the spillover. Because maybe some of the things that Eddie Hearn has done, you know what I mean, that in the beginning, at the very beginning, that Wilder didn't appreciate, their team didn't appreciate. Yo, Magnus, what do you think about Regis versus Hooker? Hooker all day. I was the first one to say that fight should be the fight. Go back in the videos. I called for that fight. Then everybody called for that fight. I'm like, now somebody's fucking listening. That is the fight that should be made, baby. Hooker all day. Believe it or not, and look, man, Josh Taylor beat, I know a lot of y'all maybe not going to agree with this, but Josh Taylor beat a B-level American fighter. Hooker, Ramirez, a lot better than Regis. You feel me? And you can see in that fight with Regis Prograis, a lot of skills he's lacking. El Jefe Dave. Did Tank open door for Devin Haney? Um, Maybe he did. And I know what? Ryan would rather fight. I think Ryan would rather fight. Who would Ryan Garcia rather fight? Devin Haney or Tank Davis? Is the question. I think he'd rather fight Tank Davis than Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney might pose more, might give, Devin Haney will give Ryan Garcia many more problems, I believe, than Tank Davis. Perhaps. I don't know. Again. I don't know again. I think Devin Haney, and why I say that, Devin Haney is more disciplined. Devin Haney is much more disciplined than Tank Davis. I think there's no argument there. He's longer, perhaps faster, and he came up through the Mexican fajita circuit. Devin Haney came up in that Mexican fajita circuit, and he earned fighting in those small crowds and all that. He really had to earn his way to get where he at, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, that fight is easier to make anyway than the Tank and Garcia fight. So let's make it Haney and Ryan Garcia. Name one of the challengers in boxing history that went to the champion's home country, got knocked down twice, and got awarded the belt. You can't. You're right. Gerald Johnson, you're right. I can't name one. I can't name one. That's why I can't give Fury that first fight. It's hard. And look, even if you ask anybody who's been watching boxing for a long ass time, this has always been the saying. You have to go to the champions. If you have to go to the champions, first of all, it was said, first quote, before you have to go to a champion's home field and beat him, the saying before back in the day is to get the belts, you really have to beat the champion. That was always an unspoken rule, a barometer that was held. To take the belts from the champion, you really had to beat them. You had to beat them clearly, outright. 2 knockdowns on them leveled it out, unfortunately. It was just hard. You know what I'm saying? And even Anthony Joshua agreed with that. Remember on the famous interview with on First Take? He said, well, you got how we do it in my place. We go to the champion's home court. You know you got to knock him out. So this has always been the belief throughout boxing forever. So that's why I can't give it to Fury. I said a draw was the right decision. And guess what? No fighter loses anything. They both keep their O. And I think that's fair. No, it's not words. It's not in the rules. But it's always been a saying, a belief in boxing forever. That's always been a belief in boxing, and you know it. Tank Davis blows up in weight too much. He will either have a short career like Ricky Hatton or end up a gatekeeper like Broner. Maybe. Maybe. At Fred Edwards, I'm Mexican-American and no longer support Wilder. I'm Mexican-American and no longer support Wilder due to his level of opponents, and Hooker beats Regis, without a doubt. I want Ryan Garcia versus Xavier Martinez. Okay, sis, all right. You're a Mexican-American. Are you still a fan of Andy Ruiz Jr., Remy? That's a question to you. You had to rip the belt from the champ they used to say. You goddamn right, Willie Boy, slip and move. So that's always how it's been. So why now you want to change it? Okay? And getting knocked down, and you know who said it best. And I'm going to quote Joshua's trainer the other day. He understands American boxing. What's his name? What's Joshua's trainer name? Then the other day said they reward aggression. He said American judges, you understand, rewards aggression. McCracken. McCracken just the other day, Al Uchino, Peace and Pugilism. Al McCracken and Peace and Pugilism, Fred Edwards. Peace and Pugilism, everybody. Blair Ennis. Al McCracken just, I said Al McCracken. McCracken just said the other day, American style, they reward the aggressor. Okay? They reward that. The one who's coming to bang. They reward the bangers and the aggressive fighters. And that was more so Wilder, that fight. So Rob McCracken understands how it is in America. How you going to think Tyson Fury don't understand, as knowledgeable and as smart as he is about boxing? Everybody knows this. And everybody who's saying Fury won knows that too. So come on, y'all. I'm just being fair down the middle. Now, if you go to the UK and they respect more the boxing and tacticians more in boxing, especially dealing with the heavyweights, you can respect that in the lighter weights here in America. But when it goes to those heavyweights, they want knockouts. We want banging. They want somebody to die, figuratively speaking. So that's just how it is. I'm not saying no, it doesn't make it right, Fred Edwards. And I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But it's a lot of things in boxing that's not right. A lot of things ain't right, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things. It's just how it's been. I don't know if it's a problem with boxing. It's just what it is. And like I said in our fight, Fury, you cannot reward taunting. The taunting and all that stuff, it looks good. It's great showmanship. But it doesn't get you points. And I watched that fight, and Fury did quite a bit of taunting. And making a fighter miss shouldn't win you a round. But there's a fight. What's that famous fighter that he won a match? He's the only fighter in boxing history that won a match but never laid a punch. What was his name? Who was that? Unrivaled probably know who I'm talking about. Unrivaled, if you're still here. Who was the famous fighter that won a round but never threw a punch or never landed a punch? And he said he was going to do it. What's his name? Oh, man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Should Mayweather been athlete of decade at least once? You mean at least once? Well, he only fought 2 decades. About? Oh, yeah, probably should have. What do you think about Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo? Are you serious? Y'all bullshitting? Is it Willie Pep? JD in the house, place to be, peace and pugilism. Right, Willie Pep did that. So, but how often is that? And Willie Pep was a god then. You know what I'm saying? Fury's in America. He's not a god here. So Willie Pep could get away with something like that, but not Fury. And do I think Fury outpointed Wilder? Yeah, but you got dropped 2 times too. It's just a little fucked up. He outpointed Wilder, but not by that much. And in the minds of many people, a knockdown goes a long way, especially 2. Is it official yet? If it's official, I'm happy about it. And I'm going with Billy Joe Saunders, because y'all know I'm not a big fan of Canelo. See, I'm fair. I'm not just, call me Benedict Magnus for the next fight. Like I said the other night, I'm going to start calling myself Benedict Magnus. Sometimes when I'm going against the Americans. But I'll be a Benedict. I'll be Benedict Magnus. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be fair and down the middle If I'm going to be Benedict Magnus, if I'm going to be Benedict Magnus, I'm going to be fucking fair. There's going to be logic behind me going against the American fighter. I'm not just going to do it, and I'm not just going to shit on him because everybody else wants to shit on him. Christopher White, Peace and Pugilism. Bro, no way Billy Joe Saunders beats Canelo in Vegas. If he's at the best shape of his life, he could outpoint Canelo. I think Billy Joe can outpoint Canelo. And if it's a landslide, that's where it doesn't matter. If he can't beat him on paper, beat him in the eyes of the public. Okay? I can deal with that. If you can't beat him on paper, which means it goes Canelo way, because of the saying that I made a video that people saying you can't beat Canelo on points. Okay. If that's the case, beat him. Okay? But at least he had made a strong case for himself if the whole world can see like Canelo won that fight. And what it would do, it would shine a bigger light on Canelo and some of the atrocities that happen in the sport of boxing. So if you want to shed light, if you want to shed light on the atrocities in the sport of boxing that we all hate, let them fight and let Billy Joe do his best to outpoint the shit out of him. He might not be able to knock him out, but if he can make a boxing clinic out of Canelo, like Mayweather did, hey, it would do a great good for boxing down the road, I believe. Hit the like button, beautiful spirits, if you haven't. I thought the draw was fair, man. And I'm just saying because of the whole thing with it, you know. What else? Send a link. What link, Blair Ennis? I don't support Mexican fighters because I'm Chicano. I support great fighters. I feel you, but I'm asking though, straight up, Remy. I'm just asking. How do you feel about this shit with Andy Ruiz Jr.? Remy, that's called bandwagon. Just rooting for the best fighters. Well, I don't think Remy meant it that way. I don't think he meant it that way, Blair Ennis. Okay. He rooting for great fighters. I think Remy perhaps mean also fighters with integrity. You know what I'm saying? Fighters that do it the right way. Those are the truly great fighters. Professional, compete at the highest level, and really fight. I think that's what Remy 22 means. I don't think just because of bandwagon. But I know what you're saying, though. You shouldn't just support a fighter, and you mean, I think, you shouldn't support a fighter because everybody else supports him. I don't think that's what Remy meant. But, you know. Ike Iabuchi, Lennox Lewis, who you... what? Ike Iabuchi, Lennox Lewis, who you got? What's going on? Are they beefing or something? I root for all Texas fighters. Now, that's bandwagon. Well, you know, shit. I guess because you're a Texan, you got to do it. But I'm a Washingtonian. I'm a D.C. And I would like to see all Washington fighters do well, but if they got, their character's not right and they're not holding the sport honorably, or should I say representing the sport honorably, fairly, on the camera and off the camera, I'm not going to support them. Blair Ennis, Remy and Blair Ennis, what y'all got going on? Joshua said that, but he didn't knock Ruiz out in the rematch. I know. And bro, that that hurt me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all could tell whoever was rocking with me that night that that didn't sit right with me for Joshua. It didn't sit right for me. I mean, Andy Ruiz Jr. almost just laid himself out there, just like he laid himself out there on a plate to get eaten the ass up by Joshua and perhaps stopped, at least a TKO. And Joshua didn't go for it. And that fucked me up on Joshua. I'm not going to say it because it was all the opportunity. That fight was all the opportunity to do it. Andrew Ruiz Jr. gave him every opportunity to do it. The biggest opportunity is coming in 25 fucking pounds overweight. He just said, beat the fuck out of me. And Joshua didn't, he didn't step into it. And that made me like, okay, I need to step back and really analyze Joshua a little bit closer. Step up and debate Black. You writing this is all caps letter. You must want this. That's debate is pay-per-view worthy. I would debate uh Horseman whenever you want. I'm talking about you try to tell me about Joshua. I can see some of the weaknesses there, but my bad. Somebody tried to jack up my shit. My bad. Myra, do you want first in debate, unbiased or Black? Man, I don't want either one. If they want to debate me, set it up, though. I don't care for either one. It's kind of a waste for me. It's a waste of time for me. But I would do it for the sport of it. I'd do it for the sport of debate. I'd do it. It's not hard to find me. But my life ain't surrounded by debating motherfuckers. I just don't like, um, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't like, I like independent thought and I like authenticity with people. And if you're not being authentic, and if you're always looking to, when you make a good point, a valid point about something, don't just try to shit on it because it goes against somebody that we're supposedly supposed to support. We're not supposed to support. It's not healthy to be supporting Joshua to the extent so much where it actually hurts him. We're not doing Joshua no justice. We ain't doing Joshua no justice. Just to, everything is good, everything is good. No. And then, like I said, we're going to have this motherfucker up here, so when he falls down even low. You know what I mean? More fucked up. You know what I mean? That shit ain't good. You know what I mean? And it's unrealistic. So when I said when Joshua didn't put down Ruiz, at least go for the knockout and try to blunder him, I was like, ugh. I was like, Joshua's still real. Don't get it twisted. He did what he had to do. But that showed me that, okay, he has still a way to go as well as like Wilder do. He has a way to go. You know what I mean? He didn't show that killer instinct, that as much killer instinct. He lost something in the first fight, a little bit. And he lost a bit of killer instinct. And he was feared of getting burned. And like I said, it's tough. You know what I mean? But, hey, I'm not going to judge him so much because he's still winning that fight. He still handled his business. But if you get stopped, you need to go ahead and stop the next fighter. He need to stop that. So I know that's going to linger over his head a little bit. But I'm in all support of Anthony the Great. It's not going to stop. You know what I mean? But I'm also, it's not going to just be a freaking, just couple his balls and protect him every chance I get. I'm not going to couple Wilder's balls. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be coupling Joshua's bailings bailings and balls every fucking chance they get to protect him from criticism. Because sometimes everybody deserves criticism, and Joshua's not perfect. So I'm not going to keep projecting the image that he's perfect and he's done everything, him and Eddie Hearn's done everything right. Because that's not fair to boxing. That's not fair to myself. And it makes me look like what? A fanboy. That's what the thing is. The motherfuckers who's quick to call somebody else a fanboy somehow don't recognize that they're the fanboys, or just as big as fanboys as the people they're calling fanboys. And that's what I'm trying to get the fuck away from. Real talk. I'm not going to be that. I'll be a fan man. AJ will do Ruiz good in the third fight. He need to go ahead and make that happen. They should have made that happen. You know what I mean? Like when Rahman knocked Lennox Lewis' ass clean the fuck out. When Rahman knocked Lennox Lewis' ass clean the fuck out, Lennox Lewis knew he had to come back and knock his ass clean the fuck out. He knew it. Y'all stop instigating some shit. I'm just keeping it real. I'm saying that about everybody. That's not just thrown to black. That's not just thrown to black. That's not just thrown to unbiased. That's thrown to everybody who does it. And I was doing it. I was doing that same shit. So that's how I could recognize it. I was doing the same shit. I was guilty. I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm playing it really down the middle, baby. I think that's the safest way to take my channel in the future. I ain't calling out no fucking El Jefe. El Jefe will body all of us, man. And get us all going back and forth. El Jefe is just a master cool-ass troll. I ain't fucking with El Jefe. AJ not a fighter in his heart. He's a good guy. No, I think he's a fighter. I think he's a fighter. I don't believe that at all. If you're going to say that about AJ, you can say that about Wilder. Respect. Okay? Like I said, I'm playing it down the middle. If you're going to say that about AJ, then you have to say that about Wilder. And just in comparison to the competition he's fought, right? So like I said, I'm keeping it fair down the middle, y'all. When y'all want some real, true, unbiased boxing talk, come right here, baby. I hope Deontay Wilder knocks out Tyson Fury, then knocks out AJ and retires. You do? Hey, okay. I don't think Wilder knocking them both out, that's leaving too much money on the table. That's leaving too much legacy on the table. How about you say he knock them both out 2 times? And White. And Chisora. Because believe it or not, I want to see Wilder versus Chisora. I don't know why. I want to see that fight so much. That's such an entertaining fight to me. That is a barn burner. Wilder versus Chisora is a much better fight than Wilder versus Dylan White. No, I'm not trolling today, baby. I'm the one going live. Well, we'll see. But Chisora might kill Wilder's ass too. I love Chisora because Chisora's kill or be killed, motherfucker. He a journeyman, oh well. Put a respect on his name. Chisora's kill or be killed. And I can respect that. That's some shit I can respect about a fighter. Hit the like button, beautiful spirits, please. I need to get to 20. It helps a lot. And please share the live as well. Scott Ace, peace and pugilism to you, sir. I never seen your name. Welcome to Boxing Logics United. Man, I'm Myron Magnus. Blair Ennis, you here trolling and shit. No, Blair Ennis, you trolling me. Cowgirls need our players to succeed nowadays, kid. Ennis. Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan. I was born and raised. Oh, here come Blair Ennis. 5 Super Bowls. Oh, shit. I am a Cowboy fan All my life, die hard. So what y'all think about? All right, so what y'all think about? Are you a Niners fan, huh? I think that was a suspect Super Bowl too, in my opinion. Um, Look, what y'all think about Paulie Malignaggi being banned, or supposedly the rumors have it that he's been shut down and not commentating for the fight versus Tyson Fury? I think that's some straight out bullshit. That's some straight out garbage. Because Paulie Malignaggi is, in my opinion, the number one best commentator in the world right now. Yeah, he punched soft. He punched soft, but his words is sharp to the core. Yeah, it was garbage. Paulie Malignaggi should be. I like to see Paulie Malignaggi commentate every fight. Real talk. He could be overly critical sometimes, but it's criticism with merit, and it's criticism with an educated eye and trained eye. And I love Paulie Malignaggi. I've said it many a times, he's the best commentator in the sport. Yeah, he ain't number one now, but you know what? BT got him there because, in respect to the boxing community in UK, I don't know if they gravitated to BT Sports gravitated to Paulie Malignaggi just because he said Fury won, but I hope they would gravitate and have him commentate their fights as well, just because he's a great commentator. And Paulie Malignaggi is a great commentator. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Wilder start off fast. If Fury meets Wilder's aggression, and that's what I was trying to say earlier. If Fury meets Wilder's aggression early on in the beginning, that's going to be a very interesting fucking first half of a fight. Real talk. What? Get the fuck Max Kellerman out of here. Yeah, Paulie Malignaggi all day. Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is good. Is a pretty decent commentator. But he look at everything too much from a fucking his analytical perspective and what he's seeing, and chips of information here and there from being beside Larry Merchant and the other guy for so long. He's picked up quite a bit, and he fucks with the sport. Yeah, but some of the shit he says, he does a lot of double talking. You know what I mean? And slick shit he's saying there. But he be on point a lot. But a lot of times, I still don't like his commentary. I like Paulie's all day. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He so good, he trying to give Tevin Farmer fighting lessons and shit. He trying to give Tevin Farmer cues on how to fight. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Raiders, y'all talking about Raiders now? No, I'm not going to say over Roy. Roy was excellent. No, Roy was excellent, but Roy ain't commentated in so long that I forgot that Roy Jones is still a commentator. But I would like to see Paulie and Roy together, and then they're going to sprinkle a company man in the middle of them to try to offset, say some shit to kind of offset either one. And that's the thing about Paulie Malignaggi and Roy Jones. They would never let the motherfucker in the middle, the company guy, to try to throw some dirt or some sauce or some mixture in there that was unbiased. Them two would never let the commentator, the corporate commentator, let me say that, the corporate commentator to overtalk them and make his point stand stronger than theirs because they knew more of what they was talking about than him. That would be dope. A Paulie Malignaggi and Roy Jones commentated fight together, that'd be pretty awesome. That would be real dope. But hey, I'm cutting off for right now. Hit the like button on your way out. Thank you for coming by. Peace and pugilism from Boxing Logics United. I am Myra Magnus. I will be coming back later on without a doubt. And tell you what, at the end of this joint, jot down some subjects, topics you want to talk about right now, or put them in the once the stream is done, put them at the end. Jot down topics of discussion for the next live that I come on later on today, and it's going to be still an early time, probably about, let's say, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock I'm going live again, so it's only 10 o'clock for those in the UK, or about 4, between 4 and 5 I'm gonna go live again. Let's talk some boxing, and let's talk about these fights coming up. Fury and Wilder. I'm out. One love to you all. Enjoy your family. Evelino. Peace and pugilism.